We'll be coming to a studio discussion in a few moments, but I want us to link up with Trix Ingado, who has been following that Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops conference that you just saw a few moments ago. Now, Trix, they've mentioned quite a number of interesting issues. That first of all, they do not advocate for the changing of examination dates because of this fresh presidential election. So apart from that, what else have they put into context in regards to this whole political environment and the season?
Thank you, Betty. Well, what they have talked about, they have had a message for at least every player in the political scene right now in the country. You know, all that has been happening. And we have the judiciary, you have IEBC, we have the NASA coalition, the Jubilee Party, all having a stake in what's happening right now in the political scene. So what the bishops had to say is that they lauded the NASA coalition for actually taking their grievances to court, because they say they had advised that they should do this instead of taking it to the court of public opinion. So they went to court and they had the ruling, and therefore they asked all the players to respect the ruling that happened and abide by all the orders that were given by the court. So this is to everyone who has a stake in this situation right now. Then they made a call to all the politicians who are giving remarks that are kind of intimidating to the judiciary and Justice Maraga, because they feel that they do not agree with the ruling that was given, or it was unfair to them. They're saying that this is an institution that is currently existing because of the constitution that was voted in by all citizens, and therefore they want everyone to respect it and not to try and use intimidation towards members of the judiciary. Aside from that, they called on the IEBC to prepare and hold another election that is transparent. So the big word that they use was transparency. They're calling for transparency from the IEBC. They're saying that it has been done, the ruling has been made, and therefore what is remaining is that the IEBC should conduct an election, prepare adequately, and have it done as it was said on the 17th, because they do not feel that it is right to have the school programs interrupted because, children are the future, as they put it, and therefore it is not right that their lives should be interrupted by this political climate that is happening. So they said it is only right that this happens before exams start on the 23rd. So they are siding with the call to have the election held on the 17th, even though there are some players who feel that it is not really as important to adhere to the academic programs or the academic calendar, because a few days ago we had the CS Matiang'i for education saying that if this does not happen, if the election is not taking place right before the exams do not, the election does not take place right before the exam, it's going to adversely affect the academic calendar. It is going to be a huge headache, and it's going to spill into the next year, not just the exam, but all the other programs that had been planned for schools across the country. So they were actually requesting the IBC to hold it before, and the IBC did give a date that was before the 23rd. So they are saying that this is right, this is what should happen, and of course this is their call, but they're saying that everything notwithstanding, it is important that Kenyans remain sober, or politicians remain sober. Everything that is said is not inflammatory, so that we do not go back to the scenarios of back in 2007 when there was violence just because of what had happened at the ballot box. That's all that they said today, and just giving in, the clergy giving in or putting in a word on what they feel should be done, but by the various players who have a stake in the current political scenario in the country that obviously would affect the church's flock, and that is which is literally their jurisdiction across the country.
All right, thank you very much, Trix Ingado, there reporting.